Hey there, Christina here, Ginger Mama Tarot. Welcome, Divine Masculine Cancer Placements. Coming at you with your October Extended Tarotscope. I can't believe we're in October. I keep saying that. I'm like, we're already 5 days in. But there's a lot left in the month, okay? So stay tuned. When I was channeling for you, what was coming in was someone on like a boat, a smaller boat, alone for the most part, but there were waves. It was like daylight and then it was turning into nighttime, and like this person was just rocking back and forth like, what do I do? It's almost like they were trying to scoop and move, and then it's like this feeling of like, do I just let go and see where the waves take me kind of energy. And that's normal on your journey to feel alone, rocky, imbalanced, right? That's totally a part of this, okay? So let's get into the astrology first before we dive into the cards. A reminder to those of you new to my channel, we all embody divine masculine and divine feminine energy. It is the yin-yang balance within all of us, okay? We're trying to get to like homeostasis here, like more of an equilibrium within both. And so if you're unsure which one you are, maybe watch both, see if they resonate for you. Also, my website, gingermama.com with the 3 A's, has a free blog. It says Wounded and Healed Masculine and Feminine Energy Traits. And it literally has a bullet pointed checklist. And so you can go through that and say, okay, yeah, this is definitely me or another person, and get kind of an idea of where you need to put in some work for yourself to ascend and align and call in what it is you want, money, love, whatever. But the sun reverse on the bottom of the deck, some of you feeling in that dark place, right? You're just like, why can't I find happiness? Why do I feel so restricted? Like, this idea of feeling that way. Yeah, and again, the hand of God here. The way I read tarot in my deck, this card is very special to me when I started reading. A lot of similarities, synchronicities would occur with this card. So I always take this as source confirming. There's the yellow brick road to new earth. And so again, this idea this month of maybe tapping in with your spiritual self, of asking yourself, is it possible that my logical mind and my heart space can combine? Is it possible that maybe the signs and synchronicities, God, universe, source, is communicating to me in multiple facets, through my dreams, through tarot, through astrology, through repeating numbers, through the energy I actually feel or share with others, whether in person or in separation, all right? So let's dive into this. Last month was a lot of Mercury retrograde. You might have felt that. You might have had exes coming back in. You might have felt called to reach out to certain people. And right now is the time we have Mercury direct in Virgo. That started on the 2nd. And Virgo is very grounded energy. It's very logical, but also intuitive. And it is basically a call for you to ask yourself, how did I do with communication during retrograde? Did I go through repeated cycles that I do not want to embody anymore? Or did I make progress, right? If you were putting in the work last month, you're going to be feeling much better this month. If you avoided that work, this could be that rocky month, that boat, energy. So the 3rd through the 8th, right now, what we're in, as it's the 5th when I record this, Pluto is direct Capricorn, okay? Capricorn, again, that earth sign energy, that grounded energy, but it's also cardinal energy. It wants us to move forward quickly in our rebirth. Pluto is associated with Scorpio energy, and Scorpio is associated with death and rebirth, right? So completely deconstructing ourselves in order to rebuild ourselves. And this, in the process, is going to bring up for you, Divine Masculine, this feeling of, who do I really want to be? Who is my inner soul self? What is it I really want out of life? And then the big question becomes, are you willing to put in the actual work to get there? Okay? And because if we can't put in the actual work, we're never going to enact real change within our 3D physical reality, especially when it comes to interpersonal close relationships, love, things like that. Many divine masculines seem to do very well in finances or seem happy within that, but then they struggle with these types of connections. And so again, it's diving deep. Am I happy in my work? Am I happy in my relationships? And understanding why it is you might not be, without putting the blame on everyone else, okay? All right, so let's pull some cards. On the 9th, we have the full moon in Aries. Understand Aries energy is the beginning of the zodiac wheel. It is the very first zodiac wheel. So like I said, so to speak. So what happens is it's kind of like the new year in astrology. And right now we're in Libra season, the opposite of that. So we're halfway through the zodiac wheel this year. And what's occurring for many people, look at this, could be for you, is if you've been hanging out in overthinking and just totally being logical about everything, critical, like there's no way that's real, there's no way that's real. If you've been imprisoned by past trauma, past pain, past connections, if you're not untangling yourself and walking through those shadows in union with source, then you're going to be feeling really restricted this month within this energy. The I am energy of Aries is going to hit with this full moon in Libra season. And Libra is all about balance and duality. So what's going to happen is this friction. If you're someone that has been all about yourself, you think you know it all, you think you got it all, you always are like peacocking around kind of energy, you're going to be feeling really fucking weak. And you're going to be like, I don't understand what the hell's going on. It's the universe trying to show you're being too selfish. You're not being fair to feminine energy. You're not tapped into your emotions. It's all about you. And you're going to feel weaker and weaker. If you're someone to be more likely feminine energy, that has been a little bit more balanced in that or overgiving, they're going to be called to pull back and embody that I am energy more so. So ask yourself, depending on how you're feeling, especially if you're feeling energetically in conflict or in those waves around that full moon, that's the universe trying to tell you, get off the internet, get out of the relationship, stop blaming other people and look in the mirror, okay? Because at the end of the day, you're part of every relationship you ever have. Friendship, coworker, everyone, you are the common denominator, divine masculine. So you got to ask yourself, okay, wait, is it everybody else or am I part of the problem here? And how do I heal me and only call in frequencies that match that energy or go towards frequencies that match that energy, okay? So part of the ways we can release, Ace of Cups here, this can be about romance, emotions, things like that, is to feel that, to be home by yourself and be like, okay, what would it be like to really experience genuine love and connection? What would it be like to offer that to someone? And allow those emotions to pour over from within you. I know it sounds crazy. People are like, why would I sit home and cry? That sounds so, not manly or not, strong. Because everyone, we've done it since we were children. We've tucked down the anger, the sadness, the depression, the anxiety. We've medicated it. We've run from it like a trash composter. And at some point, it's all going to explode. And it might be that point for you. And so instead of taking it out in an unhealthy way and going out and self-medicating or turning to sexual energy or whatever it is that you do, gambling, etc., the question is, can you sit with that energy and just feel it? Just allow it to come up. Release it with this full moon. Say, yeah, I've been holding that in. Yeah, oh, no, I'm going to let that go. No one's going to know. No one's watching you. It's just God. Okay, you're good. The universe, call in your ancestors, your spirit guides. I feel like many of you are having more dreams, possibly visions, especially if you've pulled away and started to protect your sacred sexual energy. Also exploring that on your own, by yourself, self-pleasure without anyone else, without porn, without these things. What comes in? What is it you really desire and why? Was this pre-programmed into you that you feel like you need to perform sex in a certain way, or is this something you really want and desire? And it's fine. There's no right or wrong answer here, right? I'm not judging anybody that gets kinky and crazy. I mean, I got a Scorpio moon, guys. But I'm just saying, you really need to tap in with what it is you want and desire, regardless of a partner, regardless of outside circumstances, okay? Regardless of past sexual encounters. And clear those lower chakras as you unlock your upper chakras, all right? And that heart space is right in the middle. So that's what we're trying to really unlock, okay? Clear the lower, unlock the upper, and then really keep that heart space open, all right? The color green might be significant for you this month too, like that deep green, maybe even sage green, wearing more green might really help you kind of tap into that compassion and selflessness towards others and towards yourself as well, forgiving yourself for anything you're not proud of. So work on that at the beginning of the month. The 14th through the 22nd, I love that period. We have Venus in Libra trine Saturn in Aquarius, with Mercury in Libra. This is a beautiful time to communicate, especially if you're feeling romance towards someone, okay? Oh, who is it? The Empress. I like this energy, okay? If you know there's someone in your life that you're like, oh, that person, why did I let that go? Now would be a good time to authentically communicate. But please make sure that it's authentic and truthful communication. These feminine energies are not looking for big egos. They're not looking for big financial displays of affection or gifts or trips. They want the truth. Those other things can come at another time possibly, but understand they're going to think you're playing games if you're trying to show up and just buy your way out of whatever occurred. Okay, this is all about speaking the truth. And many of you, the truth, can't make up these, is that you were imbalanced in your sexual energy. You chose other people over them. You chose other partners. You allowed third parties to get in the way. Maybe you now are experiencing anger as you're like, oh, I don't want to have to tell the truth. This Three of Pentacles here, it's like, who did you allow to get in the way of this connection and why? Even if it was a friend or a family member, a parent, a mother, like why did you take their opinion over your own knowingness within this connection, right? And reflect on that. What past things in your life have happened? And even in your childhood, like sit with those shadows the first part of the month, okay? Because the 14th through the 22nd, there'll be a lot more balanced communication, even if it is with family members, with friends, speaking your truth. You're going to feel good. But look, Knight of Swords reversed. If you do not take the action, this is your warning. You don't have to believe me, Cancers. If you do not take the action to do these things as we build up to that full moon, then by the new moon, you're going to be like on the floor or feeling weaker within these third-party connections. You're going to just start to feel the friction. You're going to be like, why won't this stop? Why does the drama keep amplifying? Well, that's because you're not taking the action towards or away from something. The way out of physical discomfort, pain, anxiety, depression, any of it is always action. Action towards or action away. Oftentimes we just sit in that and we feel self-pity, right? Or we numb out. That is never going to fix a problem. It's never going to fix a problem. That's what the devil wants, by the way. That's what dark energy wants. They want you chained to feeling like you need to have sex and you're codependent in that way. They want you chained to addictions. They want you chained to the belief that you can never escape it and you are an addict or you are depressed or you are this. Stop putting those labels on yourself and instead pull back and say, okay, what do I want to be? And make the conscious choice to start to become that. Okay, I promise you can. Many of you very defensive, but it feels like it's almost like you need to protect yourself. You need to be defensive against these darker energies that you might feel coming in towards you, all right? It could be visions, it could be dreams, it could be shadows or spirits. Make sure you're pushing this away. You can overcome this. These are just subconscious things coming towards you. But if you continue to ignore the signs and synchronicities and the way you feel, God confirming, then you're going to feel weaker and weaker. I feel like even as you watch, some of you are like, that's not true. Okay, well, goodbye. Why are you watching? I mean, why are you watching? So just wait and see. The 23rd hits Scorpio season. Again, that death and rebirth energy. Subconscious shit coming up for review. It's going to be a crazy Scorpio season. As I say that, cannot make up these cards. The moon reversed, Scorpio energy. If you're not telling the truth and putting in the hard work with yourself, with source, and with those around you, if you're telling only little pieces of the truth and not the full truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, you're gonna feel so drained. You don't even know. It's gonna be such an awful end to the month. Straight up, you're living in the past, and that past will continue. And so we have the new moon and a solar eclipse also on the 25th. And understand this is also in Scorpio energy. The solar eclipse asks, who do you want to be and what is stopping you? And I would assume if you're watching this, you want to grow and evolve and change in some way. But if you're not willing to put in the work, you're never going to change. So the work is what is being said within this video. And again, people don't believe that. Okay. But I promise you, if you do the work, the shadow work, the release, the truth telling, go back through this video, you will feel better. You'll start to get out of your head. You'll start to be able to sleep better. But if not, you're going to have these dreams, difficulty sleeping, possibly difficulty eating. Some of you might even be experiencing like vomiting or nausea out of nowhere, headaches, migraines. These things happen as your chakras are trying to unblock and trying to show you, hey, did you betray someone? Did you totally stab them in the back by your inability to heal? Did you present one way and act like you were going to do one thing, but then pull back and do the opposite? That's a form of manipulation, abuse, and control. And if you're doing that to another, it will always begin to be mirrored to you in this reality until you heal it. Okay? So I love all of you. I promise I do. You're going to get through this, but please do the work, okay? Because if you can do the work, I really feel like by November and December, you're going to be feeling a lot more of this like awakening energy of like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm ascending and growing like this. You're going to start to see your physical appearance glow up. You're going to be feeling really great about yourself, okay? And again, that physical appearance too, maybe your physical appearance has been struggling in some way. But yeah, be emotionally vulnerable and mature with the person you love. There are 2 of Cups here. You cannot expect someone to wait on you. I mean, no, they're going to move on without you is what they're going to do. And your ego telling you they're going to wait is literally the devil, like obsessively controlling you. It's your wounded ego. I don't know why you believe someone would wait for you if you're not doing the work. Yeah, you're not awakening. You're not passionate about yourself or your life or God or really wanting a new beginning. That's for you to sit with. It's free will. It's your choice. So, Divine Masculines, if you need anything from me, I'm over on TikTok and I'm on Instagram as Ginger Mama. I'm also on my website, gingermama.com with the 3 A's. You can book personal readings, or a couple times a week, I'm offering a new service where you can pay $11 for an hour live Zoom. There's 25 people in the container that know they are on the twin flame journey or a deep soul connection journey. They've been in separation for a period of time. And you can ask questions, we can talk. If you don't want your face on the screen, that's fine too. You can just listen. But it's a very affordable option if you'd like to know more. So I love all of you. I'll see you next month.